Hello world! Curses of madness be upon you all for life fighters. We're here today with the rather unfortunately laid out part 6 of Family Portrait, a legendary comeback. And yeah, this chapter really ties things together. So, let's see how it does it. Ever feel your life turn a corner, amigo? Sometimes you're blindsided, but sometimes you can feel it happening. And you take a deep breath and get ready, because you know nothing's going to be the same again. Statue's public property. You know what you're doing? Trust me, last time I pulled this stunt was the greatest day of my life. I lost my legs. One distraction coming up. Now throw me a frag. And throw he did, amigo. Anyway, we'll get back to me and my right hand later. But first... I only just got that. I'll make it quick. One swing. You won't feel a thing. Please, don't! What is taking so long? Did I or did I not say, kill the girl? The music in this is pretty hype. You did! Ah! I love this goofy drawing a lifeline. You were faking? I was bamboozling. Brothers, we're not out of the woods yet. Kill them all! Kaboom! Booyah! Here to pull you out there, manna. Now get out of the way! Silva, you absolute madman! Tonight, I'm your lifeline. Rest up, brother. You done good. Shay? Where? Shay? Friend, look out! Kapow. Last one down and a boom boom. High octane chapter this. Hey Koa. AJ? We need to talk. Got a sec, Koa? Ever feel your life turn a corner, amigos? And you know nothing will ever be the same again? Shay and Gibby sure have. What? What did the narrator mean by that? What changes? The suspense, the anxiety. He's the most brilliant storyteller there is. Please, hold your applause till the end. Because this ending, it's a doozy. You cheeky bastard. Yeah, he is a really good storyteller. He knows what he's doing and he's doing it right. This chapter, as I said, high octane. I'm glad they brought the action in. This is far more worthy of the visual medium. But yeah, turning a corner. This chapter, even though it resolves this conflict really neatly and quickly, essentially. Octane's silly plan, of course. Everyone getting to show a bit of their stuff. Gibraltar with a distraction. Pathfinder with the cheeky grapple. Smash from the roof. Axe to the face. Lovely. So yeah, it's really quick and easy, right? Conflict over. Not exactly. I think that's kind of the whole point of this, that the situation itself resolved actually quite nice and easily, and we've got this whole, wait, what does the narrator mean by feeling your life turning a corner and nothing being the same ever again? You'd think that, like, the obvious take is that, oh, everyone's happy now, everyone's conflict has resolved, whereas I don't think that's the case. Cherisse Shay is not pulling this face because she's there like, I'm so impressed by my daughter and how valiant she is and what she stands for, and she's there being there like, girl, you just saved my business deal with Salvo, and damn, don't you look good holding an axe in a kick-ass ripped dress. This is the start of a new conflict here. That's awesome. That Cherisse from here is almost going to be manipulating her own daughter to get what she wants out of it, which is why I think Darion doesn't look as impressed. He's almost gutted that she did prove herself, because in situ, it leads to more of this. Look at that side eye. Oh, Cherisse, you sly fox. So yeah, I assume from here that their relationship is going to build out into more of like a business-minded one that seems to put their emotional conflict aside, but actually kind of won't. And here, this could be the whole start of a new arc between Gibby and Nick, whereas you'd feel that their conflict resolving here is them getting over their feelings for each other, or actualizing on their feelings for each other, but that's exactly the problem. I think that from here, possibly at least, there's the potential for an affair to develop that really puts Golden Boy and sleek Mr. Law Enforcement, puts them in a bit of a sticky situation. That's pretty cool. Like, for such a quickly resolved conflict, nice and neatly gotten out of the way, Creighton Sawtelle maybe doesn't exactly matter. He theoretically has a voice actor. There. When Lifeline hits him, he also has one there. So there is a voice actor, but that doesn't obviously indicate anything exact, because he just got 2 screams. He's nothing special. He's Creighton Sawtelle. Potentially, most likely, kind of a throwaway villain that presented a relatively vital conflict to the Outlands that then also helped us develop this interpersonal conflict between these two and their respective families. Something tells me next chapter might either see the involvement of Duardo Silva, us getting the battery. We might flesh one of these out a bit more. Like, this one would be really easy to flesh out with a stolen kiss under the moonlight. Can quite quickly and easily progress Gibby and Nick. But there could also be some greater machinations in here as well, that given Nick's potential role as law enforcement for Olympus, maybe he's linked to the Syndicate, very unsure. This obviously could develop into new information or some other related kind of plot, or taking Gibby away from the games into law enforcement, so preventing a conflict of interest there. Yeah, the situation with Gibby and Nick could actually be way more serious and affect way more people than just them and Nick's partner, Mike, if I remember that correctly. Yeah, there's a lot of strife coming here, even from those sultry eyes. And then, yeah, you can just see, like, even taking out the dialogue, you can really see everyone's attitudes clear as day. Yeah, the artwork really helps, I think, in a lot of how this is presented. A lot of vibrant colours, a lot of motion. I love how cartoony this chapter got at times as well, like Lifeline's scream. And then this, by comparison, is really nicely detailed, but then this girl level. Yeah, this. Oh, I love it. Looks so goofy. I'm glad that they can roll with that side of things. This is a bit ludicrous and silly, but it's to facilitate conflict. It's to facilitate character growth, and yeah, this is an interesting setup for things to come now. What exactly is going to go down in next chapter? We could see this resolve, because that's like the end of the series. If they are going to do further comics made by community artists like they did last season, then this might actually play out over a few more chapters. But I assume the later chapters might give us a bit more back into Pathfinder, the Battery, the MRVN, a bit more of Olympus itself, and probably, especially if we get Duardo Silva in on things as well, we could be learning a bit more about Peck Labs, Dr. Reed, which will hopefully be then our setup for Season 8 for Ash. Theoretically, anyway. If Creighton Sawtelle is to come back into things at all, it may be, again, more to do with these political machinations, or the sort of culture on Samathi, how they view Olympus. which then could tie into what we have to do to access Revenant's head on Samathi. Maybe we have to appease some government officials or something like that, or we have to make a deal with some other revolutionaries to carve out a piece of land on another planet for them to be separate from Syndicate rule, or some other crazy nut stuff like that. But the real heart and soul of it is the people. That's the whole point of these stories, really. Like, I don't think there's much point looking at some of these as quests. I think it's better to look at it as a story, for us to learn about the characters and what motivates them, what influences them, and the relationships that they have, so that we understand them more as people. I think that's really cool. I can't wait to see some of this. I love this side-eye. Cherisse scares me, man. She's got some plans for her girl in the works, and that's not a good thing as far as concerned. Yeah, what she intends to use her for going forward, if she tries to use her as like a face of the company, or for weapons manufacture or sale, or as part of selling weapons to the games, or again how they brought Salvo into Syndicate space, what sort of sway they have with the warlord Sandringham Kelly. Oh, there's all sorts of nasty shit that she could get up to. What if she tries to marry her off to Sandringham Kelly? Oh no, girl, you stop. Please stop what you're doing. I'm hoping to see a bit more out of Darion, see if we can see if he keeps the faith, see if he's actually more concerned with the well-being of his daughter than personal gain. And again, personal gain for these two means, hey, getting personal and gay, I guess. But hey, it could even be more serious and involved in the wider world than that. As much as the emotional tension of these two is evidently going to be heightened after this man has a raging survival boner for this hunker man over here. But as Octane says, the ending's a doozy. As far as I remember, Tom Casiello did make a point that Caustic has something to do with the ending of this season's comic. So we'll have to wait and see on that, see if how much he is involved, see if it's next week, or see if we get a few extra chapters out of the community artists. I'd really like to see that. Some of the artists in the community are fantastic, and seeing exactly what they could do with the rest of this series, the climax or the culmination of what this is all actually leading to, yeah, that could be really interesting. That could be some really pretty shit. I'm really looking forward to it. Octane, keep this shit up, man. I like this, again, this sort of indulging in its own ludicrosity. Like, it's rolling with its own campness, or it knows what it's trying to be. It's trying to still have fun, but balance out the character development with some degree of a focused plot, which, again, according to Tom, we should be seeing something more in the vein of sometime next year. A more involved actual quest, or something that involves every character, evidently is something that the community are more in the mood for. I really enjoy this smaller, more focused storytelling, but that's me. It evidently isn't for everyone. So yeah, I'm interested to see how they develop this going forward. But that's enough out of me. I've been Euclidean Vision, the emotional support. Thanks for staying with me. I hope you liked my thoughts on the latest chapter. Take care of yourselves out there, teammates, and may the glorious light of Baskerville shine within you. Bye bye.